Hello and welcome to the Woburn Tanners versus the Bedford Buccaneers at Woburn High School. We have a great matchup today. I'm so excited. And my other co-host, Joey Matroni here. How are you feeling today?
Thank you, Zeke. Tonight we will have a star-studded matchup between two running backs slash quarterback, Eric Miles and Brian Ferreira. Miles this year is averaging over 260 yards per game while passing and also using his feet to gain yards on the ground. But pass it over to you for Brian Ferreira.
Wow, Brian Ferreira has had an amazing season. He's had a total of 6 touchdowns. He had 4 against Burlington last week, and 2 the week before at Braintree High School. But yeah, star-studded matchup here today. And we watch as Coach Jack Belcher gets his team together for, it looks like, the national anthem.
Welcome to Conley Stadium at Woburn Memorial High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Bedford Buccaneers and your Woburn Tanners. Approaching midfield of the captains for tonight's game. For Bedford, number 26, Eric Miles. And number 52, Jamie Buchanan. For the Tanners, number 42, Michael Doherty. Number 12, Brett Tuzolo. And number 1, Liam Dillon. This past June, the city of Woburn lost one of its favorite citizens, Coach Paul Sands. Paul passed away unexpectedly, leaving behind his wife Rosie, his 2 children, Eric and Kim, along with many grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. Paul coached the Tanners for 31 years. He began coaching in 1987 and coached at all 3 levels of our soccer program before retiring in 2018. Coach Sands was inducted into the Massachusetts Soccer Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 2018 after guiding the Tanners to many successful MIAA tournament runs. Paul truly loved our city. He was a big part of the board of directors at the Woburn Boys and Girls Club, helping to raise funds for our youth. He was also one of the founding fathers of the Woburn Youth Soccer Association, helping grow that program into what it looks like today. Coach Sands will be sorely missed. At this time, we would like to honor Coach Paul Sands with a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to this matchup. Bedford won the toss and they choose to receive. So the Tanners will start on defense. Looks like their kickoff team is preparing right now. And Coach Qualey is getting them all together over there. And yeah, there's another stud player on Bedford that have to look out for on the pass rush. His name is Jamie Buchanan.
Number 52.
Yeah, and he's averaging 3 sacks a game, so gonna have to look out for him. And here they come. Here the Tanners come. Kicking off is, I believe, Mark Coutone. And they all get set up. Coutone hands the ball to the ref. So yeah, really looking excited for this game. Captains Michael Doherty, Liam Dillon, and twos. And here we go. First home game of the Tanner season. How we feeling, Joey?
Ready to get it going. Here we go.
And Mark Coutone kicks it to about the 10. Number 7. They fake a handoff. And he's still going past the 40. Into Tanner's territory. Down at about the Tanner's 48-yard line.
Kick return by number 7.
The reverse got the Tanners there as it opened space up for the returner to get way up there and almost actually past midfield.
And we can tell you about the Tanner's star defensive players right here.
Michael Doherty, captain linebacker. Leland Stack, part of the loaded defensive backcourt. As first play goes to the running back, number 26.
Eric Miles.
Miles.
And we talk about him all day long. Bedford does not like to pass the ball. And on this windy day, it does not look like they're going to pass the ball that much anymore.
Wind will, of course, certainly be a factor in the kicking game.
Here comes Miles on the keeper again. He's going to get close to that first down line. Let's see if he got it here. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Past the 30, and looks like they'll mark it around the 26, 27-yard line.
It looks like a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. So let's see if they go back to the same play with number 26, Eric Miles.
Correction, that rush is good.
He'll line up
first down.
In the shotgun.
There's a back right to the left of Miles. He's going to hand it to that back. And it looks like he got tackled just past that first down mark.
Dylan Seawick on the carry there.
Handoff to Dylan Seawick. 1-yard gain.
It was a 1-yard gain.
Still second down.
9 at the 25.
Second and 9.
So they gave him the first down
On that last
on that
one.
9-yard gain. Interesting. Here's the keeper again for Miles. He'll get about 6 yards.
With the rush.
To the 19, I believe.
So yeah, it's going to be key how Captain Michael Dotz can affect this game, considering how good he has been for the Tanners this season and how good everyone talks about him and how they think about this young man.
I talk about the defensive backcourt, however, it might be more crucial for the interior D linemen and linebackers to make plays here tonight.
Seawick on the rush.
Good tackle by senior Ryan Lake there to bring down Seawick.
Back carry is good for Bedford. First down.
First
That
down
one
for
moves.
Bedford there.
Fresh set of downs for the Buccaneers.
Miles hands it off to his running back. And they will get about 5 yards. That is number 3 again, Dylan Seawick. So it looks like they're alternating back and forth. And this offense is
Seawick
moving
on the carry.
so quick right now.
Mark Coutone with
Yeah.
the tackle.
I feel that the option play will be a big part of Bedford's offense tonight, as they'll always have the option to let Miles keep it.
2nd and 7 at the 12.
Miles again on the keeper here. Gets all the way down to the Tanners' 5-yard line here.
Miles on the carry, 6-yard gain. 3rd and 1 from the 6-yard line.
Here goes Miles once again. And he is
No signal yet.
no signal yet. In for the touchdown. Bedford will go up 6-0 with about 9:37 left on the clock in the first quarter.
Decent penetration there from the Tanners defensive line as they got contact on Miles right away, but he kept those legs churning and found his way into the end zone.
And Bedford will go for one here.
It's
The
Nicholas.
snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good.
The extra point attempt is good.
Bedford up 7-0 to open this game.
Nicholas Tatarzuk on the kick there. And the Tanners offense will hit the field for the first time tonight.
So yeah, that drive was very efficient by Bedford. They lined up 3 receivers and they still looked good on the run. So let's see how the Tanners can respond. How do you think they can respond, Joey?
I think they'll try to come back with exactly what Bedford just did to them and try to get the ball going on the ground right away with Ferreira.
I totally agree. And a very short kick by Bedford. It's going to land at about the 30, Bedford 30. And yeah, the Tanners will hop right on the ball at about the Bedford
30-yard line.
Yeah, 30-yard line.
But the kick did go out of bounds, so they will upgrade the Tanners' starting line of scrimmage to the
40-yard line.
40-yard line.
So good field position to start off the drive for the Tanners. Let's see how Coach Belcher will use this advantage to him.
From the 35-yard line.
35-yard line, excuse me.
So the offensive line today is Ernesto Nulieri at guard spot, Jaden Castriota at the other guard spot, Matt O'Connor at the center, and then on the left tackle, it is his first start in varsity, Luciano Parzial, and at the right tackle, it's Johan Engineer, who is just a veteran at this. They'll hand it off to Ferreira. He'll get about a 5-yard gain.
Handoff is to number 15, Brian Ferreira. 5-yard gain.
The one thing to remember about Ferreira is he's a very difficult back to bring down. Strong legs, and it'll take a lot of effort for the Buccaneer defense to stop him tonight.
And to bring up the offensive line again, senior Amin Rahim will be out injured today with, I believe it is a hamstring injury. So they'll have to go with the sophomore, Luciano Parzial, for now.
2 fullbacks in the formation with Ferreira all the way in the backfield.
Twos will hand it off to Brian Ferreira. Brian Ferreira will get stuffed. About a loss of 2 yards for the Tanners.
Handoff is to Ferreira.
Looking at about a 3rd and 7.
The line of scrimmage.
There's that slight
Matthew
inexperience
Tanini
on the
tackle.
offensive line we were just talking about. And it
3rd
proved
down.
there as the Buccaneer defense got in there pretty easily.
And here comes wide receivers Ryan Piscini and Ryan Lush into the game. And it looks like they might do a passing play here.
Tuzalo gets the play from Coach Belcher and heads his way back into the huddle.
It's a 3rd and 5 for the Tanners at their own 40.
Kolodko out wide for the first time.
Lush is the motion man. They'll hand it to Lush, and he'll get the first down yardage into Bedford territory at the Bedford 45-yard line. Great play design by Coach Belcher there.
Lush able to turn the corner right at the line of scrimmage and pick up the first down yardage.
First down.
Ryan Lush with a 15-yard gain. The clock will keep moving on.
7:39 remaining in the game. Or remaining in the quarter, rather.
Hand it to Lush again. Lush will get nothing. Bedford read that play really nicely.
For sure.
Lush on the carry. Tanini on the tackle. No gain on
Senior
the
senior Jamie Buchanan read that really nicely and
Second and 10
got there
for
on the
Bedford,
tackle.
45.
Number 20, junior Ryan Piscini will come back into the game here. Seven minutes left in the corner. Two out wide, a fullback and Brian Ferreira.
Believe the fullback is Michael Doherty.
Brett will hand it off. Oh, it's a play action. Brett will look wide. And just incomplete. The intended target was number 20, Ryan Piscini.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 20, Ryan Piscini.
So, Joey,
Third down.
they go for their first pass there. What do you think about that? They going for their first pass after a few running plays.
I think it's the best surprise factor in this Woburn offense is that they rely heavily on the run, and then every once in a while Tuzla will roll out in a play action and try to find his best open receiver, and I think that's something he's been successful at, especially in his past junior season.
Funny, Piscini tried to run off the field and the coaches pushed him right back on.
3 out wide to the left, Kolodko solo on the right.
Oh, and right by, fumble. And
It's scooped up by Brian Ferreira.
Brian Ferreira will get tackled back into the Woburn territory at around the 40.
Fumble on the
Loss of
play,
about
caused by
13.
number 84, Matthew Tanini.
Almost suicidal for the
Recovered
Tanners
by
there.
Brian Ferreira.
And they'll have to hope for a prayer here on fourth down. And it looks like they're going to punt here. Ryan Lush back to punt. Number 7 for Bedford. On the return, Javon Williams. He's going to let it go. It's going to roll past the 15. Keeps rolling down to about the Bedford 10. So solid punt by Ryan Lush there. And
Good
Bedford will
coverage
hop
by the
right back
special
on
teams
down.
unit as well.
10-yard line.
Say that again, Joey?
Good coverage by the special teams unit as well to get down there and get
Oh,
on the
yeah,
ball.
for sure. And Javon Williams wanted nothing of that ball. So 5:47 left. Bedford up 7-0, and they will have the ball here. So Bedford here, back with Miles.
Motion man running back. That's Seawick.
Fakes the throw. And he's going to get another solid gain here for about 8 yards. Eric Miles just doing the business, just like we expected.
Eric Miles with the rush. Caden Davis on the tackle.
So far, the offense has pretty much run through him.
He'll get the snap here, hand it off to Sewick. And Sewick will move his way and gets a first down here. About a gain. Let's see how far this gain is.
Swift on the rush. Back carry is good for Bedford. First down.
About 6-yard gain there for Sewick.
A Woburn Tanner down and injured on the field right now. I believe that is Matt
Six-
O'Con-
64. That is number 64. It's number 64. It says Michael Lubega here. Junior. limping off the field here. So it's actually senior Ernesto Nurilari. He's also an offensive lineman, so this would be tragic for the Tanners because another offensive lineman down.
Receiver out wide right for the Buccaneers.
Sawick the motion man again. This time good by the Tanners. Only gets about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Miles on the rush. Matt Souza with the tackle.
Matt Souza on the tackle there for the Tanners D.
Matt Souza, who's a junior.
2nd and 6 from the 32.
See what happens again. No surprise, another run here, and the Tanners swallow it up.
Believe that might have been Matt Souza once again.
So Matt Souza, two nice tackles. Big 3rd down play for the Tanners here.
As the wind starts to pick up.
Third and 5 from the 33.
Miles will hand it off to Sawick, and he will get stuffed. 3rd down, and the Tanners will stand. And it looks like the Bedford punting unit will come onto the field here.
Tanners defense standing tall there, 3 consecutive plays to get their offense the ball right back.
It looks like Bedford will go for it here on 4th down. Miles will drop back into a shotgun formation. Two wide receivers on the right and 2 on the left.
Empty backfield.
Could he be trying to get them to go off sides here? Nope, they will snap it. He will come in. And let's see what the refs say here.
1st down, I believe, once again. It was difficult for the Tanners to get Miles down on the initial contact.
And they will give Bedford the 1st down there. Unfortunate. The Tanners worked so hard on that. Those four plays. Unfortunate. But got to keep grinding here. Got to keep grinding to get that ball back. 2:46 left in the quarter.
Stuart Livingston out wide, 1-on-1 against star defensive back Liam Dillon, senior.
Sawick will get handed. Oh no, they will fake it. And Miles will get shut down. About a loss of 4 or 5 there.
Brian Ferrer and Michael Doherty collaborate on the tackle.
Wow, great pickup. And number 64, Ernesto, looks like he's ready to come back on the field here. That would be a great sign for that front line, for that defense and the offense for the Tanners.
From the 35-yard line.
The Tanners will go 1 deep safety. That is number 2, Caden Davis.
Miles will look to throw here. Catch by number 37. He will break a tackle into Tanner's territory. That will be a 1st down. Down at about the Tanners 49.
There is a penalty flag on the field.
There is a penalty flag on the field.
Nelson Crawford there with the catch and run for the 1st down Buccaneers at the moment, pending the penalty.
And it looks like a face mask
penalty
on the Tanners. So
add 15 yards right onto that play.
As horrible that was for the Tanners defense right there, that play. The like you said, Joey, before, the surprise of that after they've been running for so long, and then they just throw a screenplay to Crawford on that play. And it looks, and let's see what
1st and 10 from the 35.
Let's see what Miles does here.
Caden Davis switching up the coverage. Tanners have what looks to be 3 linebackers and 4 corners as we have a whistle. And a timeout, possibly.
That's the end of the 1st quarter and the score. The Bedford Buccaneers 7, the Woburn Tanners 0.
That's our end of the 1st quarter on Woburn Public Media Center. Bedford Buccaneers 7, Woburn Tanners nothing. Back here at Conley Memorial Stadium, where the Woburn Tanners will remain on defense. Ellis scrambles out of the pocket, gets pressured. The pass is caught by number 33.
Pass is complete.
No, not 33, my fault.
Nelson Crawford.
Nelson Crawford, number
1 yard
37,
gain.
for his second
Second
reception
and 9 from the
in as
Tanners,
many
34.
plays.
Second reception, like you said, Joey. And they're just giving that ball to Miles, and I'm surprised he even threw it.
Bedford will line up 3 to the left, and they will have number 6, Ricardo LeBoy, in the backfield next to Ellis. He will take the snap, take the handoff. LeBoy gets blown up right away after a minimal gain.
Ricardo LeBoy on the rush.
Oh,
Michael Doherty with the tackle.
Michael
Third
Doherty,
and
the
9
captain,
from the
once
34.
again there on the tackle.
And LeBoy here, Bedford run the ball so much, and LeBoy is their only player with a touchdown, with a passing touchdown, thrown by none other than Eric Miles.
3rd and 9, and the shotgun is Miles. LeBoy once again to his right hip. They will look over to the coaches, find out the play once again, and then timeout,
Timeout. Bedford.
Bedford.
7-0, 10:33 left in the second quarter, and it looks like the Tanners can make a nice stop here, which would be great.
Coach Belcher huddled up with the offensive skill players as they debate what they want to come out in on this 3rd down and 9. The defensive skill players, my fault. Ricardo LeBoy getting more involved in the offense this past set of plays, giving Sawick a little bit of time away from the running back spot.
So yeah, even though Miles is so prone to running that football and so good at it, he still throws the ball at a nice rate at 79%. So whatever Miles is doing, you have to be so focused on defense and be grinding to stop that man.
Sawick now back, trips left. Sawick to the left hip of Miles this time. Miles will keep it and get blown up right away.
What a tackle by number 26 on the Tanners, Ryan
Stop in
Lake.
the backfield made by number 26, Ryan Lake.
It's 4th down, and like before, Bedford, it looks like they're going to go for it.
Lake was under center, now finds his way back to the shotgun, trips left once again. He takes the snap, rolls out left, and will keep it, angling towards the 1st down marker. He's got it and more. flag on the field. Let's see what that call might be.
Miles on the rush.
Nice little play there by Miles.
You could see a holding on Bedford there.
There's a penalty flag on the field.
Flags fly.
Against Bedford.
Holding against Bedford here. Let's see what they want to do with a very long field.
Tanners get a little bit of a break there, giving up a nice run by Miles, but that'll push back the Buccaneer offense, and they have a decision upcoming now.
I think it was a costly penalty because I don't think Bedford needed to hold there. So let's see what they do here.
4th down and 20. Miles set up in an empty backfield, 2 right, 2 left. He will wait for the snap. Now look over at the coaches. Back it up now, maybe in a punt formation. He will fake the punt, try to run, and he's blown up by the Tanners front 7.
And that was number 9, Matt Souza, again to stuff senior Eric Miles there. And what a stand for the Tanners. What a stand. That had to be neat. That had to happen.
Senior quarterback Brett Tuzelo and the Tanners offense will take over
when we come back. Number 64 for Ernesto Nullerieri, who came out on the last Bedford drive when he was playing D-line. It looks like he's back in the game.
Tuzelo under center. Bedford looks like they're sending pressure. Tuzelo will take the snap and hand it to a fullback. That is a play for minimal yardage. That fullback there was Ryan Lush.
And it looks like he got maybe 1 yard forward progress there, even though he got driven about 6 yards back by that Bedford front.
Ernesto down on the field once again. Now he gets up and limps off. It'll be number 68.
It's number 60, Michael Chapman, a.k.a. Chappie, will come in and take Ernesto's spot here.
9 for the Tanners, 47.
Tuzelo gets the play as Piscini and Dillon will join the offense. Out comes Doherty. The Tanners break the huddle and are ready to go. Tuzelo set up in the shotgun. Ferreira to his left hip. Tuzelo takes the snap, drops back, rolls out, looking to fire deep, and into double coverage.
That could have been a flag on that play because junior Ryan Piscini got knocked down there. So questionable by the refs there. Obviously, we're Tanners fans, so there's a little bias there, but that looked like a flag.
3rd down.
Either way, a little bit of an ill-advised throw there from Tuzelo going into double coverage. The Buccaneer secondary had Piscini pretty well covered on that one. Tuzelo under center now. Double running back set. Lush will motion to the right. It'll be a toss to Ferreira. Across the 35 and to about the 37. It looks like he will be stopped there.
Stop on the play by Jamie Buchanan.
Into about the 44.5 yard line in Bedford territory. So nice gain there by Ferreira, and it'll be 4th down and 1. So a must-have for the Tanners if they want to score here with 7:55 left in the half.
Jamie Buchanan, the man we talked about at the top of the show, on the stop there on the Tanner rush.
4th and 2 from the Bedford 45-yard line.
Tuzelo under center, double fullback, lone running back in the backfield is Ferreira once again. Tuzelo takes the snap, hands it off to Ferreira, pushing through, and he will be marked past the 1st down marker, and this Tanner drive will continue.
And just the passion and effort there by Brian Ferreira to run with such a head of steam into that strong Bedford front for a Tanner's 1st down there. Impressive by the junior. And Brian Ferrer, who's been fantastic this season, was fantastic last season, and believe it or not, as a freshman. And that is just a huge play for the Tanners if they want to score with about 7 minutes left in this first half.
Indeed it is. Matt Souza and Dante Delagrati will be subbed off on this play as Tuzolo's
Timeout. Woburn.
under center. And Woburn will call a timeout and reconsider what they want to run on this play here. Back here at Conley Memorial Stadium, Tuzolo back under center. Fullback lined up offset of the quarterback. Ryan Lush will now motion in and take a jet sweep. He will get around the corner and gain about...
Say 5 yards there. Nice little gain by sophomore Ryan Lush, who everybody will remember his legendary touchdown at Fenway Park last season. And no one will ever forget that. It's just incredible.
Second and 6.
The entire city of Woburn fired up about that one on that Thanksgiving week night at Fenway Park. Tuzolo back under center, I formation. Fullback Doherty down in a 3-point stance. Tuzolo will hand it off to Ferreira. Burst of speed will gain about 5.
4 or 5 yards there, I'd say.
Number 11 on the tackle.
Third down and about 2 here for the Tanners. Let's see if they'll hand it off to Ferreira, as he was successful on 4th and 1 a few plays ago.
Tuzolo gets the play from his coaches and trots his way back into the huddle.
3rd and 2 with the Bedford 35.
It'll be a 3rd and 2 from the 35-yard line of the Bedford Buccaneers. Ferreira still in the backfield. It won't go to him. It'll be a Tuzolo sneak. We'll see where they spot it. It is a Tanner.
They will move the sticks. It is a Tanner's first down. Interesting. They go from the Ferreira handoff, and they switch it up a little bit, and they go for the Tuzolo QB sneak there. I like that from Coach Belcher there, the creativity. So yeah, let's see what they can do with the new set of downs.
The run game does seem to be getting going a little bit here for the Tanner offense. But we always have to keep in the back of our minds the possibility of a Tuzolo play action, as he will take the snap under center, fake the handoff to Ferreira. Here it is, but he goes down. The first sack given up all year by the Tanners O-line, and a big one there for the Bedford defense.
And let me tell you, Joey, I was about to give you that stat before the last play, that the Tanners have not given up a sack all year long. But I didn't say it because I thought I was going to jinx it. But it does not matter because it looks like Jamie Cunningham, 3 sacks a game, got there. And it was inevitable that he was going to get there eventually.
You can see the size difference between Jamie and the rest of his defensive line mates. He's
Second and 18
been playing very well so far this season.
Liam Dillon all the way on the left here, and it looks like Kolodko all the way on the right.
Tuzalo in the shotgun now. Drops back, looking to pass, going deep for Lush, who's got it at the 20-yard line and takes it all the way down to just about the
16-yard line here.
17-yard line.
What a nice little lob pass by Tuzalo there.
I believe a little wheel concept there for Ryan Lush out of the backfield, and it got it done.
And that impressive speed that Ryan Lush has there to get to that ball.
Similar to the fly route we were just talking about in Thanksgiving game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Passini out wide with Lush on the right, and Kolodko on the left, and there's two running backs, one to each side of Brett Tuzalo here.
Tuzalo dropping back once again. Passini wants the ball wide open in the end zone, and it's overthrown to Lush.
Overthrows Ryan Lush in the back right corner of the end zone. So close. Had him there.
Second down.
Interesting little deke there from Ryan Passini, who was open, but then became covered, which opened up some green grass for Ryan Lush, the exciting sophomore. Brian Ferrer will split out wide with
Michael Doherty next to the left of Tuz.
Tuzalo will take the option himself and will be pushed back. We'll see where they spotted.
It's about the Bedford 12-yard line.
Tuzalo with the carry.
Tuzalo with a little bit of a quarterback power there to gain a few. Tuzalo deciphering with Coach Belcher what the next plan of action is, as he will go to the shotgun, a running back on both of his hips. He will take the snap, hand it off to Ferreira, trying about to the outside. He's got some room, and it will be
Handoff is to Brian Ferreira. That rush is
6-yard
good for
gain
Tanners.
there.
First down.
And it's good for the Tanners' first down.
Yeah, and he gets all the way to the 6-yard line there, and just the talent of Brian Ferreira.
First and goal, and here comes some bigger bodies for the Tanners as they possibly look to pound this one in. Tanners under center. Two fullbacks, one running back. It'll hand off to Ferreira. He is in for the Tanner touchdown.
Wow, what a great play design there. They come in with the full house set and just pound it into Brian Ferreira there. And that will be 6 points for the Tanners.
As confetti flies into the Woburn night sky.
From the very extravagant Woburn High School student section.
As it looks like the Tanners might line up to go for two here. I'm not sure. I don't see Mark Catone, and yes, they will.
Mark
go
Catone
for
is
two.
on the sideline right now.
And that will be a timeout.
It looks like Woburn might be calling a timeout here.
Just trying to articulate the correct play here to try and take an 8-7 lead on the Bedford Buccaneers here tonight at Conley Memorial Stadium.
The kickoff team here, the special teams at about the bottom right of your screen here, talking, preparing to go on the field. They could be coming on to kick an extra point, but it looks like Coach Belcher and Coach Quayle are going to go for two here, and the special teams will stay off the field here.
Tuzalo looks to be headed under center, and he will. He will take the snap, toss it. It's a reverse from Lush to Ferreira, and the Tanners are in for two. A little trickery there from the Tanners coordinators, as the handoff originally went from Lush, then he pitched it to Ferreira, and Ferreira's the one that took it all the way around and in
And Coach
to give
Coach
the Tanners an
Quayle,
8-7 lead.
Coach Quayle going absolutely crazy on the sideline, as it probably was his play design. That was a very creative, very fun play there, and it looked so good.
As the kickoff team will get set and head back out onto the field to boot it back to the Buccaneer special teams unit.
And star kickoff team number 43, Michael Nicholas, will take the field here. His speed is just unstoppable, and the way he can get to a returner is incredible.
Catone setting up the kick and setting up his unit as they're just about ready to boot it away. Ryan Lake jumping up and down and ready to go. Catone boots it to almost the Tanners 20, and they bounce it around a little bit, and it'll go out of bounds just beyond the Tanners 20-yard line at about the 24.
So the clock has not been working well today at the Connolly Memorial Stadium. So it says the clock has been going down for some reason after the kickoff. So we are unsure how much time is left on the clock, but it surely isn't that much time. So let's see how Bedford goes here.
Ellis takes the snap, and he hands it off. Or no, he keeps it, and he's off to the races. Liam Dillon, the last line of defense. Ellis is in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Or Miles, my bad. Eric Miles.
By number 26, Eric Miles.
And just a lapse of focus by the Tanners there. All the coaches were so excited. The whole team was just so hyped after that play. And just a lapse of focus there for the Tanners to let up that score at the end there.
As the Buccaneers will set up for what almost looked like a trick play, the whistle is blown.
It looks similar to what the Colts tried to pull on the Patriots a couple of years back in the AFC Championship game. And that did not work out, but this is high school football.
The Woburn coaching staff prevents that play as they call their second timeout of the half.
Either second or third, but they need to stop this here so they can at least stay within 5 points of this Bedford Buccaneers team, who has really been, in my opinion, really been kind of dominating this half. I mean, the one time the Tanners came down the field, they had to convert a few tough plays, whereas Bedford has just been driving. I think Bedford has only had to convert maybe 1 or 2 third downs or fourth downs here. So Woburn needs to stop him here, and that needs to create a little momentum going into the second half.
If the Tanners are able to stop him, it'll keep it at a 13-8 5-point deficit, whereas if they punch it in, the Tanners will need a touchdown to try and inch their way back. As the Buccaneer offense is back out and getting set to go. Miles will be in the shotgun. He will keep it, and he looks to be stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll stay a 5-point deficit.
No good on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, no good, and a good hold by the Tanners there. Had a little lapse of focus, but just came back nice with a nice defensive stance there on a 2-point conversion.
Michael Doherty with yet another tackle. He's been all over the field tonight so far for the Tanners defense.
And Michael Doherty, we talked about the offensive players, Miles for the Bedford and Ferreira for Woburn. And on the defense, it's another great matchup between Jamie Buchanan and Michael Dotz, as the people from Woburn would call him. So
the Tanners defense looks to be almost ready to go. Buccaneer offense still huddled up, and now they'll make their way onto the field.
Gonna need something crazy here. With the clock now says 48 seconds left. So there could be a chance for the Tanners to do something here at the end of this half.
Brian Ferreira and Ryan Lush, the deep men. Number 11 for Bedford, Nicholas Tatarzuk kicks it off, and it'll be a touchback, and the Tanners offense will take over with what the scoreboard clock says 43 seconds, but as we've already said, that may not be accurate.
Coach Belcher gathering the army here to come back with 43 seconds left in the half. See what they can do.
10 from the Tanners, 25.
Woburn, who really had dominating performances against Burlington last week and Braintree before, look like they're struggling against a good Bedford team.
Tuzelo under center. Full house set once again. Tuzelo gives the handoff to Ferreira. He's penetrated quickly there. And maybe even stopped behind the line of scrimmage, or no gain. Looks like a no gain according to the line judge.
And it looks like the Tanners could be just letting this clock run out. They'll send Tuzelo with the offense back onto the field, but I wouldn't be surprised if the half will end right now.
Yeah, it looks like they'll just let it tick down as we're at 9. And yeah, the Tanners content with letting this one go, and they will receive the second half kickoff as we will return after halftime on Woburn Public Media Center.
Bedford with this winning 13-8 on a cold, windy night in Woburn.
back for second half action here at Woburn High School at Conley Memorial Field with the Bedford Buccaneers leading 13-8.
And yeah, what a interesting 2 quarters of football that first half was. I think the Tanners ultimately didn't become ready for Miles, and I was talking to the football players before the game, and they were telling me how ready they were for Miles, and obviously that game plan didn't work. Let's see how they adjusted at halftime. Let's see if Coach Belcher can overcome this 5-point deficit, which is not too bad. And let's see how they can respond with a nice little score here to open up the second half.
Both stars we talked about at the top of the broadcast quickly shining bright as the second half kickoff is up in the air and caught by junior wide receiver Brian Piscini, who is then quickly brought down past the 30 to just about the 32 or 33 yard line. Senior quarterback Brett Tuzolo in the offense getting set to come back out on the field as they script the second half opening drive and look to take their lead rightfully back.
Tanners ball, 1st and 10 from the 33.
The Tanners will start their drive on their own 33-yard line with 2 running backs in the backfield. Tuzolo under center. He takes the snap, gives the handoff.
That is 42, senior captain Michael Doherty, who gets about a 2-yard gain there.
As Tuzolo
Attention, ladies and gentlemen.
makes his way back over to Brett Tuzolo. Or Brett Tuzolo makes his way back over to Coach Belcher to figure out the next play.
And we have an important score update for you guys after this play or at one of the next stoppages that could be so key for Woburn in the standings.
Ryan Piscini motions back out wide. Ryan Lush now the man in motion. He runs that same wheel route now, turns it into a corner. Tuzolo play action, tipped and intercepted by the Buccaneer defense. It's number 1, Owen Brazzi.
Owen Brazzi, who came into this game with the only interception and the only turnover that the Bedford Buccaneers have been able to cause all season, which was, I believe, against Shawshene Valley Tech in the first week of the season. But yeah, Brazzi does it again, and it's just one of the stars on that Bedford defense there, along with Jamie Cunningham.
That's something I'm sure the Buccaneer defense practiced this week. The stereotypical tip drill works out to their favor as Miles takes the snap, takes it himself, and gets a good opening gain up to about the 35-yard line of Woburn.
And number 15, Brian Ferreira, comes off the field and takes a knee and looks like to be in a lot of pain here. That would be a massive loss for the Tanners, and that would just change the whole game plan.
Caden Davis motioning to the secondary as Miles will take another snap, keeping himself on the option, almost brought down, churns a few extra yards, taken down by Ryan Lake.
Yeah, and that'll be a first down for Bedford. Bedford are just working their way down the field, grinding extra yards. And looks like just the first few minutes, it just looks like Bedford just started right where they left off.
Miles back in the shotgun, Sawick to his left hip. Sawick will get the handoff, break the initial contact, but still only pick up a minimal gain of maybe a half yard to a yard.
And you saw Matt Souza came in there. Right, it would have been an amazing tackle, and he's been having a great game so far, but he just missed the tackle, and Sawick slided right through and
Jorge
got
Morales
right back to
also on the
Jorge Morales also on the tackle, and he got right back to the line of scrimmage. So here's a 2nd and 10.
As Miles takes the snap, looks for a screen pass. There it is to number 21, Stuart Livingston. His first reception. He's been lined up out wide all night long, and finally gets his chance there and makes the most of it.
And it looks like a 3rd and 1 here. A crunching tackle by Michael Doherty, or else that could have been a lot more yards.
Jorge Morales once again lined up at the nose tackle. Miles will keep it himself, trying to get to the edge.
He got it.
He looks to have gotten it as Morales slowly gets up, but is now making his way back to the defensive line. And Bedford picks up the first down there on that nice little run by Miles. As he is once again set up in the shotgun, hands it off to Sawick, and he's stopped quickly there, maybe for a small loss or no gain. And a nice little play there on first down for the Woburn defense.
Number 9, Matt Souza, again with the tackle. He missed that tackle before, but he looks to redeem himself nicely there.
Yeah, for sure made up for the missed tackle earlier. Livingston lined up one-on-one with a Woburn defensive back.
Oh, and the staff goes over his head.
Oh, he can't fall on it. Who's got it? Wait for the signal.
This is so important that Woburn get that.
It will be
Bedford looked like they retained the football, but a massive loss. And 3rd down will be extremely difficult. Just a gift by the Buccaneers here to the Woburn Tanners, and a much-needed break.
a long 3rd down looming. The Bedford offense still doesn't go empty backfield with a running back to the left hip of Miles. Woburn looked to have faked the blitz there. Now they back off as Miles still awaits the snap.
Dots and Matt O'Connor keep going back and forth.
Now they do send the blitz. O'Connor almost gets there. The screen pass, however, is thrown by Miles for a minimal gain, which I believe will bring up 4th down.
Complete to number 37, Nelson Crawford. Michael Doherty
And,
with the tackle.
once again, he's all over the place, Michael Doss. He's all over the place.
For sure. Ellis will punt this one away. No one back there for the Tanners, and it'll go out of bounds inside the 5. Or, no, they'll mark it past the 5 to the 9-yard line of the Bedford Buccaneers.
So yeah, well, let's catch up on some Middlesex League scores here. We'll talk about Wakefield versus Northeast Metro. 0-0 at half, no score there. Tewksbury just taking the pain to Belmont, who are 2-1, so could be a competitor with Woburn in the long run for that league title. And they are just getting destroyed by Tewksbury. And it looks to be in Belmont at Belmont High School too, so they did not be looking happy. And Reading, who's also 2-0 with Woburn.
Tuzolo back under center. Doherty, the fullback. Ferreira, the lone back, deep in the backfield. The handoff will go to Ferreira. He'll break a bigger one, and he will be taken down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they'll give him the first down there.
First down.
So yeah, Reading up 13-0 at half. They're also 2-0, just like the Woburn Tanners, at the top of that Liberty Middlesex League division.
11 yards on that carry for junior Brian Ferreira. We've been saying his name all night along with Miles of Bedford. Tuzolo in the shotgun, a back to each of his sides. Lush comes in motion. He'll take the fly sweep, looking for the edge. Doesn't get it. Will end up with a few yards gain.
Handoff is to Ryan
It just didn't look good there. Michael Doherty was the only blocker there, and just 3 unmarked guys by the Tanners,
As
And
Ernesto Yaralawi will limp off for the third time in this contest. Hopefully we'll get to see him back before the conclusion.
hopefully he's okay, because he's a big part of both sides of the ball.
Michael Doherty now lined up as the lone back to the left hip of Tuzolo in the shotgun. Tuzolo will keep it. Doherty the lead blocker. And
Tuzolo with the carry.
it'll be a gain to about the
5-yard gain.
28. It's 5 yards.
See if they go back to Ferreira here, who's back in the game after that injury. On about 3rd and about 1 to gain.
As Tuzolo will make his way back into the huddle and relay the play to his offensive teammates.
3rd and 1 from the 29.
The 29-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Tuzolo in the shotgun. A back to each of his sides. A flag on the play. And it'll be a false start on the Tanners to push them back.
Couldn't have a false start there. On a 3rd and 1, you had to have it, and it's going to be a lot more difficult now on 3rd and 6.
A detriment to the opening half drive.
Ernesto Nuralari, he's writhing in pain, sitting on that bench with no teammates around him and just the trainers tending to him right now.
Ferreira goes off as I saw Liam Dillon come back on. Ferreira, another
Looks like it's a timeout here for the Tanners.
Woburn.
Timeout. Woburn.
So yeah, 13-7 here. We'll be back after the timeout.
We're back here at Conley Memorial Stadium with the Woburn Tanners down 5 to the Bedford Buccaneers. As the defensive line for the Buccaneers shifts, here comes a handoff to Ferreira, still pushing, and gains about...
Brian Ferreira on the carry.
He gained about 3 yards there and is still 3 yards short.
Gain.
Let's see what they're going to do here. Sent the punt unit on. And it looks like they will send the punt unit on as Lake, Souza all come on the field.
Ferreira, Dillon,
And Johan.
Engineer
4th and 2 from the 28
all come
yard
off
line.
as Ryan Lush will step back to punt. The sophomore with a swing of the leg, and the kick is airborne. And it gets a decent bounce there. Only the Woburn Special Teams unit is back there. And they will mark it down
Woburn punt down on the 17
at the 17-yard line.
Bedford
Great.
ball, 1st and 10.
It wasn't the greatest punt by Lush, but it got the job done. Got a great bounce there and rolled about 20-30 yards. Just such a nice little home bounce there. And puts Bedford in a lot worse field position than they would have had if their kick returner, their punt returner called for the fair catch.
The healthy bounce coming to the aid of the Woburn special teams unit. Eric Miles, the star quarterback for these Bedford Buccaneers, sets up his running back, taps his foot, now takes the option run for a middle gain of about 5 or 6.
And it looks like Miles is there. The Tanners are starting to get people on Miles, but Miles is just avoiding the tackles so easily.
Liam Dillon lined up one-on-one with Stuart Livingston as the snap goes to Miles. He hands it off to Sawick. And
Sawick with the handoff.
They're having enough bodies to tackle their runners, but they just need to get just more power on them tackles and more effort.
2 yards on that last one. 3rd down and 3. Big stop upcoming for the Tanners if it were to happen. Miles in the shotgun looks for a screen. He's got it. 1st down and more to number 11, Nicholas Tatarzak.
Bedford pass complete to number 11.
Interesting play by Bedford there. And they will get the 1st down.
1st down.
They've gone to the wide receiver screen multiple times this game, and it's worked successfully every time, as there's a nice run by Sawick from the handoff for Miles.
Tons of Tanner's defenders on both sides of him. The whole
he will be marked down
with the tackle
at the
44-yard line.
44.
9-yard gain.
Yeah, tons of Tanner's defenders all around him. Just too slow to get to him.
Miles once again lined up in the shotgun. He will give the handoff, and he's stopped there quickly by number 24.
That's junior J.J. Merlane.
Handoff to Sawick. J.J. Merlane on the stop.
Who looks to be replacing Ernesto Nurulari.
Sawick taking a gaze over at the Bedford sideline, trying to figure out what the next move is.
And Sawick looks to be limping off to the Bedford sideline. Interesting to see what's up with him.
As both teams will go conference with the coaching staff. As we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter, here on Woburn Public Media Center, we'll be back after the break.
Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never, business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming our music keeps you moving. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Love me, baby. I'ma make you love me, baby. Talking crazy ain't gonna get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is God for these cats. And big one, you've been too hard for these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, we making up plaques.
Back here on Woburn Public Media Center, Bedford on their own 44 here. Snaps it. Miles will take the keeper. And he will get the 1st down here.
That'll move the chains for the Buccaneers.
Down to about the 47.
Miles on the rush. Back carry is good for Bedford. 1st down.
1st down for the Bedford Buccaneers here.
Dillon will be once again matched up against Livingston, as they both meet each other.
A running back to the right. They'll hand it to Sawick, and he'll fake it, actually. He'll go to number 37 on Bedford, who will get about a 9-yard gain.
Nelson Crawford.
Nelson Crawford, who has had a few nice receptions this game and has looked pretty good when they've needed him.
Play by number 10, Mark Catone.
Play action slip screen there. Fooled some of the Tanners D-line.
And it looks like Nurulari could be coming back into the game.
4 from the Tanners, 47.
Here comes Miles. Miles put another spin move and will be brought down by Morales.
Miles on the carry.
And he will get another
That rush
first
is
down
good
here.
for Bedford.
So the
First
Bedford
down.
just churning yards down the field.
A burst of speed at the beginning of that rush there for Miles.
Yeah, it just gets the job done. That's what's so good about him.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. The lone is to Tarzik.
And Sawick right next to Miles. Miles will look to throw, and he's going to throw deep. Coverage by number 4, Leland Stack, and it's great coverage. He'll knock the ball away, and a great defensive play by senior Leland Stack.
The first man-to-man deep ball we've had to see the Tanners defense cover all night. And Leland Stack proves to be ready.
Yeah, and he looked ready. Just foot for foot with the wide receiver there. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A running back right to the left of Miles. And it looks like one of them jumped, and it looks like it's going to be an encroachment on the defense there. And that's another break for Bedford and another just unfortunate error by the Tanners defense.
Unforced as well. That's what's been
35-yard line.
ailing them all night long. Livingston switches sides on the formation.
2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he'll throw it to one of those wide receivers on the left. And a crunching tackle by, I believe that's number 26, Ryan Lake on the tackle there.
Doherty with the tackle.
And it looks like a player still down on the play. And it looks to be a Woburn player.
That is indeed a Tanner.
And that is number 42, Michael Doherty. This would be a huge loss for the Tanners here.
As the Woburn football community knows, Michael Doherty has struggled with multiple long-term injuries throughout his career. Let's hope this isn't another one.
The trainer on the field to tend to him, and does it look like he's going to stay in the game here? Oh no, he's gonna run off. That's a good sign that he's still on his feet and he's running off the field.
On his own power is, like you said, the biggest check mark on that one.
And it looks like it's going to be a full house formation for the Buccaneers, and they'll get the first down yardage here.
Eric Miles with the carry.
Miles almost looked lined up as the running back, even though he's been playing quarterback all
And it
night.
looks like it's a 4th down now. They just missed it. And it looks like could they have stopped in here? No, he just got it by maybe a yard or 2.
That was the same play 2 times in a row.
First down.
This time, through pure power, Bedford's able to get the first down.
And they just moved fast there, and Woburn were not ready for that second play. Two wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sawick to the right of Miles here.
Liam Dillon one-on-one coverage on the right.
Tatarzik on the right for Bedford. Here's the snap, and Miles will run and get a gain about 5 yards here. Tackled by number 10, junior Mark Coutone.
3-yard gain.
3 yards the
Second
gain on
and
that
7
last
from
carry.
the 24.
And it looks like Bedford are looking to the sideline for their next play. They've been going no huddle all game. Number 6 and number 11, that looks like Tatarzik and LeBoy. And Lake takes a snap, hands it off to Sawick. No, he fakes it again, and Lake will get very minimal yardage there and get barely back to the line of scrimmage. A good hold by the Woburn Tanners defense. And Liam Dillon there on the tackle.
If the Tanners can hold Bedford to a possible field goal attempt, it would still, in theory, be a one-possession game if the field goal is made. Barring a necessary 2-point conversion conversion
Third and
by the
7
Tanners
from the
offense after a
24-yard
touchdown.
line.
Trips on the left for Bedford. Miles will take the snap here. He will roll left. Brian Ferreira right behind him, and he's going to get the tackle. What a big play by Brian Ferreira to bring a fourth down and long here for the Tanners. What a great
Fifth down.
tackle coming from Miles' back.
And I think Ryan Lake was able to get around the front and assist Ferreira with that one.
With Ferreira's speed, you know he'll get right there.
And strength for that matter.
Brian Ferreira, who's also one of the best track runners in Woburn in the sprinting department, so you know he has that speed, as shown on the offensive end too.
A tight end bunch towards the offensive line with Tatarsuk still out wide, matched up with senior defensive back Liam Dillon.
So yeah, LeBoy and Tatarchik on the right with Lake, who drops back to pass. He's going to throw it. And wide receiver from Bedford, number 21, Stuart Livingston, is going to drop the pass, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Tanners hold on defense and will get right back on the ball with the score being 13-8 with 7 minutes left in the game.
Obviously exactly what the Tanners needed there, a chance to get the offense back on the ball and take their lead back.
Well, Reading scores another touchdown to make it 21-0 in the third quarter. And that's just not looking good if the Tanners cannot win this game, because that would require them to go to Reading and win, which would be a very tall task.
They struggled with them last year as well. Hopefully this matchup upcoming will be different.
Tuzlo with two backs to each of his hip. He's going to hand it off to, it looks like, number 15, Brian Ferreira, and he's going to get a nice 6 or 7 yard gain there. The pile is still building. A little jabbing in there. Let's hope not. And nice run by Ferreira there. On a few more score updates, Bill Ricca is beating Wilmington in the third quarter from the Freedom Division, that part of the Middlesex League. And Brookline is beating Arlington 12-7 in that game.
Lush lined up out wide as a receiver. Little wrinkle there from the Tanners offense.
Ferreira will get the ball once again, and he'll get a nice little 10-yard gain there.
Miles with the tackle. That rush is good for
Able to get just outside, if not into the second level of Buccaneer defenders as he speeds past the front seven.
And Joey, I don't want to keep saying it, but who on the tackle again? Eric Miles. He's just everywhere for them.
All over the field for Bedford.
Kolodko on the left. And it looks like Michael Doherty back in the game. Tuzlo is going to get the designed run, QB run, and is going to get about 4 yards for the Tanners here.
That's great to see the senior captain, Mike Doherty, back in the game when they need that senior leadership most, late in the fourth, down by 5.
Well, 5:28 left in the game, and it's time to start. It's time to start putting your foot on the gas pedal and getting that touchdown.
Kolodko, 1-on-1.
Ferreira gets the handoff. He's going to get about 1 yard there, but is smothered by the Bedford defense. Tackled by number 52. Who would you know? Me and Joey covered him at the top of the show. Jamie Buchanan.
3rd and 3 from the 50-yard line.
You can pick Jamie Buchanan out of a cornfield with his size compared to some of the other defensive linemen rather. But you can see his skill, and it's paying off here late in the fourth.
3rd down and about 3.5 yards for the Tanners. Evan Kolodko is going to come wide with Ryan Piscini on the other wide side. They're going to send number 3 Ryan Lush in motion, and 20-10 touchdown Tanners. Ryan Lush into the crowd, and he's gonna celebrate with his teammates. What a run by Ryan Lush there. One of those jet sweeps that the Tanners have been using all game finally pays off. And what a score there.
Gets past the initial level of the defense, and the burst of speed is what gets him there.
Let's see what the Tanners are going to do here, but what a play. And there has to be a lot of weight lifted off those coaches' shoulders. The fact that they can score a touchdown again here.
I believe I saw Coach Qualey signal for 2, as if it is successful, it will become a 3-point game.
So they'll go for 2. Michael Dots in the backfield with Brian Ferreira out wide. 2's going to drop back. He's going to throw up, and it is intercepted by Bedford.
The 2-point conversion attempt.
And that will be no good. No points will be gained by Bedford, but the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So the score will say at 14-13 with 4:11 left in the game. What a game we have on our hands. We'll be back in about a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on the track.
And Coutone here with the kickoff. Connolly Memorial Stadium absolutely bouncing right now as the fans are going crazy after that Ryan Lush touchdown.
The Neon student section all on their feet.
Mark Coutone with a very weak kick. Bedford will cover it at the 35 and will get taken down by number 20, Ryan Piscini, who started some pushing and shoving there. We don't need any of that, but
I think that was mostly adrenaline, just getting excited on a big tackle after the Bedford receiver caught that one in stride and could have gained many more yards had Piscini not been there to stop him in his tracks.
tackle by number 20, Mark Coutone, and number 43, Michael Nicholas there. It's getting loud here at Connolly Memorial Stadium. A little confusion here on the defense, but they've got it together. Miles with 2 wide receivers to his left and 1 to his right is going to keep it and he's going to get taken down by number 24, JJ Merlane. It's about a 7-yard gain there.
So Wick tried to sell the handoff there, kept his arms tucked.
And I'll
the
give
defensive line for Woburn.
I'll give Sawick credit. He's been selling the handoffs to me too. So 2 wide receivers to the left once again, and Sawick will get the handoff this time, and will be just short of the first down yardage. It will be 3rd and 1 coming up for the Bedford offense here.
3rd and 1 at the 50.
From midfield, this next play.
And JJ
Will be taken.
Merlane down on the field here. The trainer has to come out and tend to him now. And it's just so unfortunate, all the hobbling that Woburn has been doing this game. Let's see who comes in to replace him.
Merlane putting no weight on that left leg as he hops off on the power of 1 foot.
And he's going to sit down on the bench here with the trainer.
That could be a bigger loss than some people expect, as knowing JJ, I know he can bring the energy to that Tanner defense to
And it looks like they're going to move Matt Souza
tighten up.
to the interior of the defensive line, and Evan Kolodko is going to turn into an end. Here comes Lake, and he's going to go to the left, and it's going to big run, big gain for Lake here, all the way down to the Tanner 30-yard line. First down yardage, and a much more for the Bedford offense here.
Exactly what the doctor had ordered. Exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Bedford fan. A big gain there to get the energy back up and rolling late here at Conley Memorial Stadium.
One wide receiver to the right, two to the left. Sawick will be there with Miles, and Miles is going to throw deep, stacking coverage, and it will be caught by number 21, Stuart Livingston, for the Bedford touchdown. Just did not expect that. With 2:11 left on the clock, Bedford lead 19-14.
Touchdown.
Now the decision comes for Bedford on what they're going to do. It seems like they have decided to go for two. If they do, it'll make it a touchdown in an extra point game. Requiring Woburn to get down there and score with just over 2 minutes left to go in tonight's game.
Let's see what Bedford's strategy is here. That big gain by Miles really got that drive going, and then another beautiful throw by Miles to Stuart Livingston. It was just beautiful. They're going to go for two here. Trips to the right. Sawick to the right, and it looks like it's going to be an encroachment penalty on the defense here, and it's going to be half the distance to the goal line.
Conversion opportunity.
Even shorter is right, Joey, and it looks like you'd have to assume with the way that Bedford has been running the ball here that they're going to score. But never say never. Let's see how the defense can respond to this ugly looking drive.
They'd have to try and power it in, you'd think, right?
I mean, haven't they been doing that all game, I feel like?
Agreed.
It's going to be two fullbacks to the right. Miles is going to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and the score will be 21-14 with 2:07 left on the clock. And let's see how Woburn can respond and tie up the game or even win it, because it's going to have to be done here on Woburn Public Media Center, and a vital drive for the Woburn Tanners here, but what could be an incredible ending to a very great game. And we're back here at Connolly Memorial Stadium. 2:07 left on the clock here. With the game on the line here for the Woburn Tanners.
As the offense will have to look to draw up a 2-minute drill.
Number
to
11,
either tie or take the lead.
Number 11, Nicholas Tarzarczyk will kick off to Woburn Tanners, and that will be number 3, Ryan Lush, who will take it about 10 yards to the 30-yard line in Tanner's territory. And here we go, Brett Tuzolo. Time to shine. It's time to come back and win or tie this game.
Lush let that one go, let it bounce, and then scooped it up, and still gained a decent amount for a return.
That was definitely the right decision there. Coach Belcher and Coach Quayle rallying up the troops here to go on the field.
Ryan Pusini will be the first one out there, followed by Johan Engineer.
And maybe the running struggles of Brian Ferreira today might be because senior Amin Rahim, the left tackle, out with injury, replaced by sophomore Luciano Parzial. Brett Tuzolo drops back. 2 wide receivers on his left and 1 on his right. Throws to Brian Ferreira, and he'll get taken down at around the 31-yard line of the Tanners. And time is ticking here.
Second and 7.
Second and 7. So we got about a 3-yard gain.
Delayed screen pass. The call there.
And as time keeps ticking off the clock, they go into a huddle.
3 out wide to the right.
Brett Tuzlo drops back. And he's going to throw it. Evan Kolotko is open. And he's going to get tackled inbounds
Right at the marker. We'll see where they mark it.
Javon Williams with the tackle.
by number 37.
They will give him the first down.
First down.
By number 7 tackled Javon Williams for the Buccaneers here. And they'll go again to the huddle with 1:15 left in the game. Questionable time management here by the Woburn coaching staff.
Eventually, you'd have to assume they'd have to go into the hurry up.
You'd think with 1 minute left in the game that they'd already be doing it, but let's see what Coach Belcher has drawn up here.
Now under a minute.
Brett Tuzlo. He's going to throw. And he gets grabbed by... Evan Kolotko gets grabbed behind. And you'd have to think they'd call pass interference, but no. There's no flag on the play. What did you think of that, Joey?
There was definitely some contact there. Questionable. We'll see how it ends up now with the clock.
Well, incomplete pass, so the clock stops automatically. So now they have time to huddle.
Frozen at 53 seconds. 53.
And everybody's still up there on their feet at Connolly Memorial Stadium. They're going to bring Lush to the left with 3 wide receivers out on the right. Brian Ferreira to the left of Brett Tuzlo here.
Look for Lush to just go.
Tuz is going to drop back, and they're going to throw it deep to Ryan Lush. And it's broken up by Bedford cornerback number 1, Owen Brazzi, who's had such a great game here on defense.
Great coverage there by Brazzi. I said it exactly similar to the Thanksgiving play once again. They let Lush use his speed, and he almost gets past Brazzi. Brazzi gets back in time to break it up.
32 seconds left on the clock here, and it's 3rd down, so 2 plays to get past the midfield. But they still have to get a touchdown here. It's not looking great here for the Tanners.
And then the decision comes, do you let Cotone kick it for the extra point for the first time, or do you go for the win?
Lush out on the left, 3 wide receivers out on the right. Brian Ferreira to his left. Tuz is going to throw deep again, and it's overthrown, intercepted by number 1, Owen Brazzi. Once again, he's going to keep running and slide down at around the Bedford 36, and that looks to be the ball game.
That very well may have just sealed a Buccaneer W, which unfortunately is followed by a Tanner's L.
And the Tanners fans are unfortunately exiting, and it looks to be that on this cold, windy night at Connolly Memorial Stadium.
Valiant effort by the Tanners offense, but to no avail, as their bread and butter, the run game, specifically Brian Ferreira, was shut down for the majority of this ball game.
Let's see. It looks like the Bedford offense will just go into victory formation here, and they will kneel, and that will be the ball game for the Tanners here.
As the final 17 seconds will tick off.
And the Lions will start to shake hands for the game. The game will end 21 Bedford, 14 to Woburn. Valiant effort by the Woburn Tanners, but ultimately a loss. Thank you for listening on Woburn Public Media Center. This is Zeke Altman and Joey Matroni, and we will sign off on this Friday Night Lights.